north to south, from east to west. If you raise your glass, you pass the test. Night is till young, there ain't no stress. Well, I drink to this and I drink to that. Don't know why I'm drinking, I don't mind. Just grab yourself a glass, let's have a drink. You raise your glass, let's have a little toast. Raise your glass, and let's have a little more. Raise your glass, let's fill it to the top. Let's see it bottoms up. You raise your glass.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the legendary Four Rivers Brewing Company. For those of you that were here last night, welcome back, you sweet bastards. We are 2 parts Beer Machine, New Brunswick, 1 part Prince Edward Island, 1 part Grand Falls, Windsor, Newfoundland, otherwise known as Raglan Road, and this is what we do. Pulls around and leads you more to leave away. Usually leave away. Come get your duds and order. Pulls around across the water, lead away. Usually boys are all around the way. Over time, Spain, lead away. Usually leave away. And now we're on for us. The drums are all the girls are dancing, lead away. Usually boys are all around the way.
And welcome to another episode of Beer Show and Beat. Tonight, as you can see, I am at a brewery here in Bathurst, Four Rivers Brewing Company. And tonight we have some special guests. We have the Raglan Road Band, which we'll have an interview in a bit. I sit on now Four Rivers, on une band en soir, Raglan Road. Puis on va avoir des questions pour les autres, puis on va avoir la petite bière aussi, tu sais, vidéo. Puis on va, comme j'ai dit, une couple de questions, puis on va avoir de la musique des autres, puis ça va être une soirée qui va être le fun. It's going to be a fun night with Raglan Road, so we're going to get to ask them some questions. Here we go. So right now we got Raglan Road here in the brewery. We got enough beer in the background, so we can have some fun. Might not have enough beer. So we're going to start with this guy. You are?
Gary Goss.
And you play?
Anything string.
Anything string.
Jason Martel, acoustic guitar and some of the vocals.
And
I'm Jamie Craig, bass guitar, some vocals, keyboards, a little bit of everything from Air Machine, New Brunswick.
there you go.
Corey McDonald, drums from Air Machine, New Brunswick.
There you go. And you were from
Prince Edward Island, yeah.
Ooh.
But yeah, my wife and I moved up to Bathurst in, I want to say 2004 now. We kind of fell in love with it up here, so we stayed and bought a home up here, but we're originally both from Prince Edward Island.
nice.
Yeah.
Islanders.
Yeah.
And you are from
From Newfoundland.
Newfoundland. So you got Newfoundland, PEI, and Miramichi, New Brunswick.
Yeah.
So a bunch.
Newfoundland, where they like their beer. They like their beer a lot down there.
What are you drinking right now?
St. Pierre.
I'm into a Cavacay sour. I'm milking the last few drops of the summer. Cavacay, I'm into the sour. I love the sour, so that's what I'm having until that runs out. And then we'll get some HSP probably on the go for the rest of the
Of Saint Pierre.
I'm not sure what the first word is.
Have Saint Pierre.
Have Saint Pierre.
Of Saint Pierre.
Yeah.
That's when it happens when you give the English guys French words, right? Javier Saint Pierre.
Well, me, it's the Rock Bolter.
Nice.
So, first question is, how did you guys meet to create Raglan Road?
It's a good question, man. To be honest, it was it'll be 10 years ago in about May, and Gary was playing with a band here with some local boys from Bathurst called Whiskey Fingers, Chad Townsend, Jeff Glendenning. Who was your drummer, Steve?
Steve, yes.
Yeah, and then I was doing a duo project with Matt Abernathy called Matt and Marty. These lads were part of a band called the Dirty Nellies. And
In
then-
Miramichi, yeah.
Yeah, in Miramichi. And then your lead singer, Chopper Robinson, ended up taking a job out west.
Yeah.
So you guys were kind of in limbo. And then Gary and I had done the duo project for a couple of years and kind of thought about, we chatted with you guys. Corey did for a couple of years an amazing project down in Miramichi at the golf club. And it was in honor of his dad, who was a legendary Miramichi-based bass player, Walter McDonald, and it was a fundraiser for the school music programs. And I think that's kind of where we started crossing paths. Yeah, like in terms of music, because all these bands would play, and all the money raised would go to the school music program, and then we
Nice.
kind of got our heads together there, and that's
We
how it
wanted to
happened.
do some bigger gigs, so we
Yeah.
got these lads on board with us.
Yeah, that was it. And we know these guys were part of a band called Jake Break. We'll probably talk about that a few years back. And Jake, anybody that went to a live show in New Brunswick over the age of 40 knows who Jake Break is, and these guys were 2/3 of that band. Yeah, don't give up our age. Well, I didn't say over the age of 60. I didn't say over the age of 60, right?
That's right. Yeah.
So it was pretty awesome, and it is pretty awesome every day for us to be able to have these guys on board. Now we're pushing a decade in this.
Wow.
Yeah, a couple years with the duo, and then about 7 years together with the full
Yeah.
project.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
So why did you choose the name Raglan Road?
Well, that came for me as a starter point only because it's an old Irish song.
Yep.
And my grandparents helped raise me, and my grandfather used to sing that song and hum that song, and it always stuck in my head. And because we do a lot of country, we do a lot of rock, we do a lot of country rock, a lot of gritty stuff. Raglan Road kind of seemed not only like a kind of a neat name, but it was also kind of fitting with what we do.
Okay.
Because we do a little bit of everything. Like if you stick around tonight, we'll do country, we'll do rock, we even do a little bit of hip hop out there. We'll do pop, we'll do everything. Anything that makes you feel good when you hear it. Anything that you might sing to, around a campfire, and anything that makes you want to get up and hit a dance floor.
We might even sing Wagon Wheel if we remember the words.
So do you guys have any albums out?
When do you guys talk about that?
Yeah. Well, when was it, Jason? What year?
2017.
2017.
October 2017.
Was that when we released it?
That was when we released it.
Okay, so prior to that, we spent some time trying to decide what to put on the, I guess it's a CD. And we chose the songs. We had to reach out to some different artists for their approval to do some of the songs because they are covers, except for one tune that Gary actually wrote. New Orleans, it's called.
Okay.
And so it took us probably, oh my gosh, I'm going to say a couple of years prior to that release date of, it's hard to get guys together on a good day at the same time, and then Corey works and I was working full time, Jason, Gary, everyone was working day jobs. So to get everybody together was a challenge.
Yeah.
So it took the better part of 2 years to record the, I guess you call them bed tracks, polish things up, then get the guys to come back in and do final tracks. And then after that, the mastering process. And then Jason put together a lot of the artwork and whatnot and shot copies of that off to the rest of the guys in the band for approval. it took a lot of time prior to that. But once we released it, we had some gigs in Miramichi, in Bathurst here. We released CD releases, Charlottetown,
right? Did 4
Moncton.
CD. Yeah, we did 4 album release parties.
Yeah, and we had great turnouts. We sold lots of CDs and great response from people.
Yeah, we'd actually done a heavy run. We did 1,000 on that first
Yeah.
one, and those are all gone. So normally, yeah. So no, and but now in the age of Spotify and streaming, all that music
Yeah.
is online and it's available. So yeah.
And we are in the midst of a second album.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Original album, yeah.
Original. I know I like, well, from the YouTube, I like the song Heave Away.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that song. Like I even shared it on Beer Show and Me the page.
Yeah, I think we saw that.
And I like every hour or two I listen to that. It's like
Well, I tell you what, you stick around, we'll play it first song.
Play it first song. We had a little
Yeah.
video.
there you go.
That's another thing. A lot of the material that we did on that first CD, it being cover tunes, we really put our own spin on a lot of those songs.
Okay.
Even Heave Away, it's got a Celtic rock edge to it.
Yep.
And that's kind of what we're after on all the material we do. So, you know, I say to the guys, you know, we get together and we're not going to let anything go out into the public unless it feels right for us. The
Well, yeah.
feel of the song, and it's been working. So you know, it's a good mix.
On that note, let's do a sociable.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Sociable.
Begging Norbert in on this. Sociable to the NBA
Cheers.
show. Sociable.
Yes.
Like I say in French, chin chin.
Chin chin. Yeah. So now we're in the Corey, what do you?
Well, I was
talk
just
a
gonna
little
say,
bit about,
like during that whole process too, like we were still doing gigs quite a bit. So you know, it's in like between work life, home life,
Yeah.
and our other family that we got here. So you know, it's we're busy all the time. So
Yeah.
you know, we're gone. And then trying to get in the studio to not only write music, but to record it. So it's been a challenge, but we're enjoying it. We have quite a few original stuff in the works now.
Okay.
And tons of more ideas. So we're kind of picking, we all kind of write stuff and we're trying to morph that into our sound. So
Okay.
That's what we've been up to.
Yeah, like on March 1st, we released a song called Pour It Black, kind of before St. Patrick's Day, because it's a song about drinking Guinness. And that's really what it's called. And it got a really great reception. People loved it. It got streamed to death and actually went to #1 on the East Coast Top 30.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool for us. And then we just released the second one, which is called Newfoundland Time, and it's a song Gary wrote about getting back to basics. And it's kind of a cool concept because Newfoundland Time is half hour different, but Newfoundland Time's also about let's relax a little bit, let's kind of slow things down, and that
Yeah.
song's doing well as well. So it's weird. You release that album, like I feel like if we were to release a whole album right now, because everybody's attention span is so short,
Yeah.
and there's things competing, you're almost better off
Doing singles.
doing a song at a time because you can blow it up, you can promote it, you can send it out, and then because if you think about it, like when we send a song to CBC, for instance, if we send an album to CBC, they're going to probably have a song once and they'll play a song off that album.
Yeah.
Whereas when we do the singles, the first two, they jumped all over it and they did specific spots, and that's how a lot of media goes. So that's kind of
No more printing out 1,000 copies.
no, like we'll do something, but there'll probably be some
yeah.
CDs and probably more vinyl, right?
Yeah, and these
Like
days,
we're
like
doing
it's
as
a
well.
no-brainer. It's a no-brainer not to release singles to the streaming platforms.
Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't you do that? Now, I didn't think that way for a while at first because I thought, oh my gosh, you got to save everything for the CD, guys. I got thinking about that. No. Reach as many people as you can as soon as you can, and you can take those same tunes and put them on CD or vinyl at any
Yeah,
time.
at any time.
Right.
But if you think back in the 60s and 70s, singles were the 45s, right?
It was huge.
So a lot of bands, before they even started putting out a whole album, they would just release a single, and that would actually get a record company or somebody interested in them, and then they would put the
Yeah.
money forth to kind of promote them to
Oh, yeah.
the whole album, right? So
Like there's no money in streaming at all. Like there's nothing. Like we were joking last night, when you do the math of Spotify this year, somebody buys a T-shirt last night from the merch table for $20 or $25. That's the same as 6,250 Spotify streams. Like it's ridiculous. But the cool part, like Jamie said, so my wife and I just spent a week and a half in Ireland on an Irish pub tour, and I met this guy, and he was asking Meister, he said, where are you from? And he knew I was a musician. And when I told him who I was with, he said, no way. And he pulled up his phone and he had Pour It Black on his Spotify right
Wow.
there. Yeah, and that was in Galway, right? And it shows you, like, the cool part is that if you release an album and somebody misses that album, they're probably never going to hear about you.
Yeah.
But that guy said, oh yeah, he goes, I listened to your next song, Newfoundland Time, as well. And that was because the first one got his attention, right?
Yeah.
So it sucks.
That's what it's all about.
It's no good monetarily from artists are getting nothing out of it that way,
Wow.
but it does, So we're in a
For the
position.
love of it.
Yeah, like we're booking a year in advance, and we usually don't have any dates now until like 2025 for the most part. And the deal is that the streaming platform has helped that because there's other people in other cities and other towns that are like, oh, I know who these guys are.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's it. Just like you guys, right? With the NB Beer Show.
Yep.
You're hoping and you're watching your clicks, you're watching your views, and you're looking and seeing. You look at the algorithms and you look at the messages.
Analytics.
It's like, wow, we got people watching us in Halifax. We got people that are
Yep.
watching this in Quebec or Ontario. So
Exposure's everything.
yeah, it is now, right?
It really is.
Yeah.
Hello, Halifax.
Hello, Halifax. We're coming for you in 2024, Halifax. St.
So-
John, Fredericton.
So the only two that I know of is you guys partner up with Four Rivers for the Raglan Red and Three Dog.
Three Dog Distilling in Newcastle.
Yeah, Miramichi.
Yeah. So, you want to talk
So
about that
we
here?
have
I don't because it gets me in trouble. It's very strong. So you guys can go ahead.
I'll give you just the start of it, and then the boys can talk about it. How it happened was the owners are the Legacy family, and everybody that runs Four Rivers. They knew about Raglan Road, and we had done a couple charity shows early on, and they wanted to do an Irish Red, just a seasonal.
Yeah.
And they had kind of said, we'd like to collaborate on this. And then I was sitting at the bar one day. I said, why don't we call it Raglan Red? And their eyes lit up, and they're loving it. So it's cool on the new can when you see it. They had
It's a success, though.
Yeah.
Raglan Red is a
Yeah, it's a really good beer.
really good
Oh,
beer.
freaking right.
yeah.
Yeah. Somebody came in asking for it today. Or
Yeah, and yesterday too when we were playing last night, somebody came in asking. They're like, "No, it's a seasonal," and so. But it's cool, like when somebody comes in and asks for that kind of stuff, and in the back of your head, right?
Yeah.
Because they might not know who we are, but in the back of your head,
Yeah.
you're listening, going, "Oh,
That's what Steven said yesterday. The guy came in and he said, "Do you have any Raglan Red?" And we were setting up, and he goes, "No, but I got Raglan Road." He goes, "That's no good to me. I want Raglan Red."
It's
So-
like we did a show here, and Steven came over with the dolly with 4 2-4s in it and put it on stage.
Oh
a
my
Raglan
gosh.
Red. Yeah, like I said, it gets me in
phenomenal.
trouble.
That was a
Yeah,
perfect
exactly.
example.
That was
Yeah.
phenomenal.
But it's cool too now because our main following. Like if we had a base, it's in Miramichi, New Brunswick, and now a lot of the pubs and vendors down there are trying to get Raglan Red in cans and the odd
Yeah.
keg,
Yeah.
so they can have it down there because it sells well because of our following down in that beautiful town. So
Oh yeah.
And then like we were talking about Three Dog Distillery, with the Raglan rum, which kind of was another collaboration, that kind of same deal, right? So where we would do a show down there for 1 or 2 nights and then promote that once a year. We're doing that again here.
I think it's November 18th. They're going to be coming up, and so it's a seasonal one. He'll brew it. Francis Malley is the head distiller down there, and it's a dark rum, kind of an artisanal rum, and it's not for the faint of heart.
On ice.
Because when we went there last month, they didn't have it.
Okay, yeah.
I like the Raglan rum's like, oh man.
Yeah. So November 18th, they'll brew it again, and then what we'll do is the 4 of us will do an acoustic show that night.
Oh,
Because it's a
nice.
small kind of intimate venue.
Yeah, yeah.
And then with your ticket, you'll have a chance to get the first batches and taste it and buy some of the limited
some of
edition
that.
bottles.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
Yeah, it's a good night.
Yeah. They're good people and they've been good to us. Yeah, for sure.
Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you guys and asking some in-deep questions.
Awesome.
Well, not that deep. Whoa. I can't wait to hear you guys play.
Awesome. Thanks, Norbert. Cheers to
You're
the crowd
welcome.
here at the NB Beer Show.
guys.
Chin chin.
Chin chin, go it is.
As long as he's got the camera on, we want to give a shout out to Norbert, right, man? Our good friend here from the New Brunswick Beer Show. If you get a chance to check him out, they were shooting an episode with Raglan Road tonight. If you get a chance, check him out on Facebook and all your social media platforms that are out there in New Brunswick and Atlantic Canada, premiering and helping to promote small business, craft breweries, and all the good stuff in between. So, NB Beer Show. Make a note and get on there and love. Give those guys some love.
You
Gary sang the second song, Jamie sang the third song.
Corey's next.
What's going on back there, Drumsy?
Corey's gonna sing.
Didn't even set up a goddamn microphone for himself. Way back in 2017, when we released our first album, one of the covers we put on there was an old Marshall Tucker Band song. It's about a man that lost his home, so we're gonna do that for you tonight. Courtesy some great vocals. Gary Goss, and also over here, the only man I know that will play bass and piano on the same goddamn song, Mr. Jamie Craig, incredibly talented. This is called Can't You See?
hope you guys enjoyed that music and interview from Raglan Road at Four Rivers. I liked the night. Moi, j'ai aimé la soirée. I drank Rock Bolter, then the Ave Saint-Pierre, and even their milk stout is awesome. Now I'm enjoying a beer that it's blue. Ooh, it's blue blood, yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Je sais que vous avez aimé ça. If you guys want to see more stuff like this with musicians, artists, magicians, or shit like that, send us a message, and we'll try to work something out with any musician, artist, or anything like that. So, wondering what this is? I'll just give you a quick look. Truly spooky. That's it. So, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. J'espère que vous avez aimé l'épisode. And see you guys on the next. Oh, and don't forget the Four River. Go to Four Rivers and grab my Have Saint Pierre, Milk Stout, and the Rock Bolter. So, see you guys on the next episode. And bye-bye.